Hi, I'm Dorinda. Welcome to my channel, PrimordialDor Tarot. I'm here to do an Aquarius reading today for December the 3rd to the 6th, 2025. I'm using the Thoth Tarot deck and I'm going to do a Celtic cross. At this time, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like and subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe and it helps me build the channel and I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Aquarius. Let's cut the deck. All right, Aquarius. Calling upon the universe. Can I have some messages for Aquarius, please? What does Aquarius need to hear today? What does Aquarius need to hear today? What does Aquarius need to hear today? Okay, there we go. All right, Aquarius, bottom of the deck's the overall. Bottom of the deck, you have Jupiter and Pisces, the Nine of Cups, happiness. All right, I love this card. I was stunned there for a minute. Okay, this is happiness, bliss, having it all. Beautiful 9, 3, 6, 9. The cups are lined up. Lucky number, combination. Wow, happiness. All right, Aquarius, that's beautiful. So you're coming from a beautiful place, you know? Everything's going good. You're happy, satisfied, feeling good. All right, Aquarius, that's beautiful. Lucky number 9. All right, Aquarius, your present situation, we have the Two of Swords. Peace. Okay, so you have some peace in your life now and happiness, peace and happiness. You know, if there was fighting or squabbling in your life, somehow you've negotiated a peace, you know, by your words, by your communication. You've got a peace, got a little time out, refuge from mental chaos. All right, Aquarius. But you have a decision to make, you know, and take your time making this decision. It's important and you don't want to rush it. All right, so you think you have two choices and you have to make a choice, but you know, there could be a third option that you don't know about. All right, Aquarius, so just take your time making that decision. Your challenge, which I don't see as a challenge, we have Venus in Virgo, 9 of disc gain, another 9. Beautiful. So this one's money coming in, gain. The 3 discs morph into the 6 coins, and then they change into the 9. All right, so this is luck, good fortune. You got 2 9s, happiness and gain. Wow. All right, Aquarius. This is great reading. You have a decision to make, but you're coming from a happy place. Things are going good. 2 lucky number 9s. Good fortune. All right, Aquarius. In below position, you have Moon and Taurus. Wow, you got the 6 of discs, success. Aquarius. You're doing awesome. This is a beautiful 6, living in the middle of the tree of life. And you've got success and happiness and gain. Oh, wow. Let's just stop right there, Aquarius. You're beautiful. You're sitting pretty. Good luck. You got some good luck coming here, Aquarius. You're right in the middle of it. All right, you're on a lucky streak. And happy and success. Wow. All right, Aquarius, past position, which could be yesterday, could be last week, could be a year ago. We have the 9 of Swords. Okay, another 9, 3 9s. Wow, Aquarius. This one's not so great. You know, you got to take the good with the bad. This one's called cruelty. Okay, so this is people in your life that like giving you a hard time. And all these swords are words. They were talking behind your back and stuff. All right, and I think you've totally gotten away from it because you're on a roll. But there was people in the past, okay, that, you know, they didn't want to see you win. They did not want to see you get the gain and the success and the happiness, but you just went ahead and got it anyway, Aquarius. This is in the past, and you said goodbye. Bye to these people that say these words. And the situation that you were in that, you know, got them to do that. You've left that behind, and that is a beautiful thing, and you're sailing. You're sailing. All right, Aquarius, your future position. Moon in Cancer, 4 cups. It's called luxury in this deck. All right, it's about having luxury and nice things, okay? And it's about not letting them, how you say, conquer you. Like, you know, you got to watch you don't get spoiled. You got to watch that you make the right decisions. You don't want to get complacent, like have the luxury and, oh, you don't have to worry about things anymore. You still do. You have to make the right decisions, or you could lose all what you already have. I mean, you got the gain and success, all right? But you still have to watch. Make the right decisions so that it doesn't all go away. All right, Aquarius, your near future position, you have Sun in Aries, 3 of Wands. All right, it's called Virtue in this deck. All right, so, you know, this Sun in behind these Wands indicates a spring-like energy, the beginning of something new, some new thing you're being successful at, like a business, part-time thing, full-time thing. Could be just a creative endeavor that you're doing at home. You know, you have creative talents and abilities, or you made a new side hustle or something. You know, and it's bringing in the gain, and it's bringing in the success, and it's making you happy. And you are starting something new, walking away from that cruelty, people. All right. Wow, they must be jealous now. All right, Aquarius. What are you thinking internally? You have Jupiter in Libra, 4 of Swords, truce. So, you know, things, you got the peace and the truce. Usually, if you get one of these cards, you get the other. So there, I think there's been, yeah, I guess I just got chills. I got it right. There's been people in your life squabbling, making life rough for you. Maybe it's a living situation. Maybe you have to live with other people, you know, share a house or something like that. And it's just torture. It was torture. Okay, and then the belittling talk and them talking behind your back and things like that. This is in the past. You've got yourself out of it. By your words, communication, speaking, swords, you negotiated a truce and peace. So you got yourself out of that situation. That's why you're so happy. All right. So you got the 4 of Swords now. All right, you got peace and truce. So there's no more squabbling. You got yourself out of that situation. And this 4 of Swords is about, it's finally time to give yourself a break now. This is in your eternal position, what you're thinking. You know it's time to give yourself a little break. I think you've been through a lot with those people. But you're happy now, and you got gain, and you're good. So you can stop and take a break now. All right? Have a rest. Go get a massage or something, and just take a day off, a spa day for yourself or something. And it's mostly for your mind. Your mind needs it just as much as your body. As you know, I think you've been through a lot, and you're sailing now. So you just take care of yourself real good. All right, Aquarius. In your environment, you have the Knight of Cups. All right, Aquarius, this is beautiful. This is love, and he's bringing in that cup of love. He's floating in on that white horse. All right, and there's a lot of water here, so he goes with the flow. And this is your environment, so there could be someone like this in your environment. Like, you know, maybe a love situation, right? This is about love and feelings and emotions. And, you know, I think your emotions and your feelings took a beating with these people here. And maybe it's time now for some good feelings, all right? And you got happiness, and you got the Knight of Cups. Aquarius, you're doing great. You've been through some stuff, I think. You're on the right track now. You're on the right track. So you've got this beautiful knights out there in your environment somewhere, Aquarius. Now, it could be a love relationship. It just could be a decent person going to help you out, you know, and be a good friend. All right? And this is the opposite of this. All right? This here talking. They're not your friends. But there's somebody out there that is. You know, could be a love relationship. Just could be a good person. All right? Keep your eye open for that person, Aquarius. In your hopes and fears, we have Major Arcana. We have 0 card, the Fool. All right, this is like starting a new cycle. This is, you know, you're in the in-between here. In between 21, the universe, and 1, the Magus. This is where you're creating your new situation. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, Aquarius. All right, and you're going down another road, and this is the part where you pick which energetic pathways you want to go down by your vibration, and you're vibing high. Aquarius is vibing high. All right, so you're gonna make a new cycle, and it's gonna be awesome. All right, Aquarius. So, you know, be aware of your thoughts at this time, because you're choosing the next path. You're choosing the next cycle. All right, Aquarius. So, you know, the magical number sequence 369, you have it here. You have that beautiful 9 of cups, and you have the 6 of discs, success, and you have this 3 of wands, the beginning of something new. And the fool is the start of a new cycle. And you got good fortune going for you. You know, and you have the extra 6. You have 2 6s. Or the 9, you have an extra 9. And all beautiful cards. 3, 6, 9. All right, Aquarius. So you're doing it right. You got the right vibration going. So you should be picking out a new path. Pretty good. You got it going on here, Aquarius. Good luck. You've walked away from this nonsense here. They'll be jealous of you. All right, Aquarius. You go ahead and create your new cycle. All right, the final card and the outcome of this reading, Aquarius. That is Mercury in Taurus, 5 of discs. In this deck, it's called Worry. All right, so, you know, this is, I think, could be from your past, you know, lack mentality, scarcity mentality that you're trying to shake, right? You know, you got happiness and you got the gain and success, but maybe growing up, maybe you didn't have much, you know, and it was lack, and it's hard to shake that. You got to shake it because you got gain, success, happiness, you know, and you're on a whole new roll. So this is just, you know, thinking from the past, you know, that's it. So worry, what I say about the worry card is what you focus on gets bigger. So don't focus on it, right? So I say, like, give yourself a break, like the 4 of Swords. Go for a spa day or something. And I'm not going to worry about stuff today. Give yourself a break, and then the solutions to the problems that you're worried about are more likely to appear when you're distracted from the problems, because the problems are on this vibration and the solution is on this vibration. And you're not going to get the answers unless you get out of that level, right? Go distract yourself, play music, do your favorite sport, do something that makes you feel real good, and forget about the worry, and then maybe a solution will pop up, okay? Because worrying about it will just make it bigger. All right, Aquarius, what a beautiful reading. That's awesome. All right, I'd like to conclude with one animal spirit card, please, for Aquarius. One card for Aquarius. One card, please. All right, there we go. Dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what you love. All right, we're going to read it if anybody wants to hear it. 19. So much more information. All right. Loyalty to people and situations can turn into attachment that results in stagnation, enmeshment, and loss of integrity. That's you getting away from those folks. Do you fear what will happen if you let a relationship evolve? Are you afraid of that asking for a situation to change will make others see you as disloyal? Trust that when dog spirit appears, you are meant to accept the turning of the wheel of life and change and changing of fortunes. If you feel you're being betrayed or are growing apart from someone, let dog spirit reconnect you with commitment to love in all forms. I love these cards. That's betrayal, that 9 of Swords cruelty, all right? And you're getting away from it. And it gives me goosebumps when these cards match up like that. Perhaps a relationship is meant to evolve. Perhaps you're meant to evolve too, so that you can experience the growth for which your soul yearns. Your greatest loyalty is to love, so be open to all of it in many of its guises, including self-love. You deserve the best, and that is what Spirit wants for you. Isn't that just beautiful? That's that Knight of Cups. It could be someone else. It could be self-love. I told you, go for a spa day or something. Wow, Aquarius, I love these animal cards. They just tie it all together. So it's about loving yourself too, Aquarius, and taking care of yourself. All right, Aquarius, what a magnificent reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I did, and I'll catch you next time.